Like I tell you where I am, I'm never coming back home.
I just got home from work and found your room empty. Did something happen? Please, talk to me.
Nothing happened. I just don't want to be trapped here anymore.
Why are you suddenly saying this?
I've been thinking about this for months. Every day I watch you working overtime, then coming home to take care of Dad. It's suffocating.
We're family, Rachel. We're supposed to help each other through hard times.
I don't want to get caught up in any more troublesome situations, so I'm leaving everything to you, Sarah.
What did you say?
You're better at handling all this anyway. You always were.
That's not true. I'm struggling too. I'm just trying my best.
I never thought things would turn out like this. Our family used to be well off. Dad was an executive at his company, but after that car accident, he needs constant care. He had to quit his job, and now our family's facing financial ruin.
That's why we decided to help each other as a family, remember? We agreed to work together so we wouldn't end up in financial trouble.
Easy for you to say. You've always been the responsible one.
I'm not asking you to handle everything. Just help where you can.
No matter how much we cooperate, it's impossible. Mom's mental health is deteriorating from the shock of Dad's injury, and a carefree housewife like her is useless in this situation.
Don't talk about her like that. Anyone would be devastated if someone they love was seriously injured.
You always defend them. What about us? What about our lives?
We can still have our lives while helping our family.
The only ones left who can do anything are you and me. But I want to spend my money on myself and to have fun, so I'm leaving all the troublesome stuff like caregiving and house matters to you.
Are you kidding me? You're just dumping all the problems on me?
You act like I'm being selfish, but what about my dreams, my future?
We can figure out a way to balance everything.
But you've always been smarter and more capable than me. You'll be fine on your own.
Please come back, Rachel. I understand feeling scared and wanting to run away, but we can use government services to reduce our burden. Can't you try to work with me on this?
I've already made up my mind. I've packed everything I need.
At least tell me where you're going. I need to know you're safe.
Nope, I hate putting in effort, so you can use whatever services you want and handle it all by yourself, Sarah.
How could you?
Look, you're good at this stuff. You actually care about taking care of them. I don't.
That's not true. I know you care. You're just scared.
Stop trying to analyze me. I'm done with all of this.
What about your job? Your friends here?
I've already quit my job. Found a new one somewhere else.
You planned this all along?
Well then, take good care of Mom and Dad.
Rachel, please, just talk to me. We can work something out.
There's nothing to work out. I'm turning off my phone after this. Don't try to find me.
Please don't do this. I can't handle everything alone.
You won't be alone. You have Mom and Dad. That's what you want, right? To be the perfect daughter?
That's not fair. I'm just trying to help our family survive this.
Well, now you can be the perfect daughter without me getting in the way. Goodbye, Sarah.
You did great today, handling both the funeral and your duties as the chief mourner. I've paid the funeral home staff.
Thank you. And James, thank you for helping with everything today.
I was just supporting you, Sarah. You must be much more exhausted. I was thinking we could just get takeout for dinner tonight. Maybe stop by the supermarket?
That would be such a help. I'm craving a chili con carne. I'm so tired, I need some comfort food right now.
Did you remember to eat anything since this morning?
No, I couldn't think about food. I don't even know what we have in the fridge.
Don't worry about that. I'm already making a list of stuff to buy. Do you need any other groceries while I'm there?
Just the basics. We've been so busy with the funeral arrangements.
Got it. Let's just rest for today. We can handle the other paperwork tomorrow and later.
Yes, I've done enough for today.
You want me to start sorting through your dad's documents tonight?
Not tonight. I need a break from paperwork. I'll get back to it tomorrow.
Of course. I'll help with everything too, though you've already taken care of most things bit by bit.
I learned from Mom's passing. It's easier to handle these things gradually, in advance.
You've become an expert at managing everything alone.
Well, I'm the only one who can. You have to prepare these things in advance, and the sister who I'd like to rely on still won't answer any of my calls, so it's all up to me.
Your sister didn't come to the funeral either, huh?
No sign of her, just like with Mom's funeral.
Maybe she didn't get the message?
I don't know. I sent her a message about today's funeral, but I never thought she wouldn't even come to our parents' final farewell.
Well, she's been out of contact for 10 years. Maybe she didn't know how to face everyone after all this time. I bet she'll at least visit the grave privately.
You're always trying to see the best in people.
Someone has to balance out your pessimism.
That's true, but I highly doubt it. She's always only thought about herself.
All right, let's not think about her tonight. You need rest.
You're right. I just keep checking my phone, hoping she'll respond.
I know you do. I see you checking it every day.
Old habits die hard, I guess.
Well, I'll see you later then. I'll head straight back after shopping.
Drive safely. The roads are slippery after the rain.
I will. Try to relax until I get back.
Thank you, James, for everything.
Always. That's what partners are for.
Hey, Sarah. It's been a while. Thanks for reaching out about the funeral. Sorry I couldn't make it.
Wait, Rachel, is that really you?
What's with that reaction? You're the one who contacted me.
I've been trying to reach you for years.
Well, I've been busy with my own life.
But you never reply or answer calls. You weren't reachable when Mom passed away right after you left, and now you didn't even come to Dad's funeral.
I actually wanted to come this time, but I had something else to do.
10 years, Rachel. 10 years without a word.
Don't start with the guilt trip. I had my reasons.
There's nothing more important than your parents' funeral. Well, since you've contacted me, are you coming back home? At least to visit their grave?
Nah, visiting the grave seems like a hassle. I'm not interested in that stuff.
What?
Don't act so shocked. We both know why I'm messaging now.
Actually, I don't. Why now?
I was planning to come back home once for the inheritance. There should be a meeting with Dad's lawyer, right? Mom was just a housewife, so there probably wasn't much inheritance then. But Dad was different. Being a former executive, he must have left quite a bit of assets.
You disappear for 10 years, and that's the first thing you ask about? Not even visiting their grave, but jumping straight to inheritance talk?
Why waste time with small talk? We're not close anymore anyway. It's important. As a daughter, I have inheritance rights too.
Well, yes, but...
Don't try to deny my rights. I've done my research.
I'm not denying anything.
Hey, come on. Roughly how much inheritance is there? Just give me a ballpark figure.
Huh?
Stop playing dumb. You know exactly what's left.
I'm just processing that this is really happening.
I mean, Dad had to quit before retirement because of the accident, but when he was healthy, he was a company executive and earned quite a lot. Plus, our family was wealthy to begin with land and apartment buildings and other real estate, right? There must be quite a substantial inheritance.
Yes, all the real estate inherited from our grandparents was kept intact, and they always said they'd keep it for us.
Right. They used to say that all the time. This looks really promising. So, all of Dad's inheritance will go to me then.
What? All of the inheritance?
You seem surprised. Did you think you'd get it all to yourself?
I never said that.
I know all about it, Sarah. You got quite a bit of financial help from home while I was away, didn't you?
What?
You got married during these 10 years, right? I heard rumors that Dad paid for everything. Your wedding and even your new house with your husband.
You seem well informed. Actually, what you're saying is true. They did pay for everything.
Must have been nice, getting all that money while I got nothing.
You chose to leave, Rachel.
I didn't get a single penny, and that's not fair. So it's only right that I get all the remaining inheritance.
Not fair. I was the one doing all the caregiving that you abandoned. Dad offered to help with those expenses as thanks for my daily care.
Oh, playing the martyr card now.
It's not a card. It's what happened.
If I had known there was money involved, I wouldn't have run away. If someone had told me, I might have come back. Then you wouldn't have had to do all the caregiving alone. Sarah, you never told me anything.
Don't try to change the story after the fact like that.
You should have told me about the money.
You never answered my calls or messages.
Anyway, the inheritance is going to be mine. I know taking care of Mom and Dad must have been tough, but you've already gotten plenty of benefits from that. Hand over all the assets to me. You've already received your share through lifetime gifts, so deal with it.
Fine, gladly.
Really? That easily? What a stupid sister. Whatever. This works out great for me if you're not going to make a scene.
Excuse me?
I took a screenshot of that as evidence. You just said you'd give me all the inheritance. No taking it back now.
Of course I won't take it back. I'll give all of Dad's inheritance to my sister Rachel. Happy? Like you said, James and I received plenty during their lifetime, so I don't need to be greedy.
Finally seeing sense, are you?
I'm just agreeing with what you want.
You better keep your word, even if you find out that Dad's land has greatly appreciated in value.
Oh, has it?
Actually, as soon as I got your message, I started researching. Instead of going to the funeral, I was checking the prices of Dad's land and real estate.
So that was your important business that kept you from the funeral?
Business is business. This was more important.
More important than saying goodbye to Dad?
Anyway, guess what I found out? I was pretty shocked. There's been a real estate bubble, and the prices are insane. Land that was worth $100,000 10 years ago is now worth about $300,000.
It's gone up that much?
Don't pretend you didn't know. You've been here the whole time.
Well, I had 100 other things on my mind.
I'm going to sell everything as soon as I inherited. Let me say this one more time. All the inheritance is mine. Sarah, you just said you'd give everything to me, so don't try asking for anything later. I won't share a single thing.
That's fine. I don't want any of it. You can have everything. The remaining small savings and all the debt that exceeds it.
What?
You heard me correctly.
Stop joking around.
I said I don't hold back. Hurry up and inherit it. I really don't want any of it.
Wait, Sarah, what do you mean by remaining small savings? And did you say debt?
That's right. That's all Dad left as inheritance.
Stop lying! You're just trying to trick me!
Why would I lie about this?
What are you talking about? We were always a wealthy family. Dad was an executive with an annual income in the hundreds of thousands. And he had lots of assets, including land and real estate.
Yes, we were. In the past. But things changed dramatically during these 10 years you were out of contact.
Nothing could have changed that much.
You'd be surprised.
What?
You remember how Mom's mental health deteriorated after the shock of Dad's accident. Then she got sick soon after, which made things even worse. As a result, she started spending money compulsively to cope with the stress.
What? Mom did that?
Where did you think all that money went?
Mom would never do something like that.
You weren't here to see it happen.
What about the properties, the investments?
Dad converted most of our real estate to cash as a precaution, and then Mom started spending that money like water. Sometimes she even bought suspicious, expensive vases from scammers, saying things like, "This will cure both your illness and improve your husband's condition."
You've got to be kidding me! What were you and Dad doing while Mom was spending like that? If you noticed her wasteful spending, you should have stopped her right away!
We tried everything we could think of.
Obviously not enough!
Of course we tried to address it. We tried to stop her from spending many times, but once the habit set in, it wouldn't stop.
No way!
Dad and I discussed it and took away her wallet and bank books, but that just made things worse. She started turning to loan sharks behind our backs.
You're lying!
I wish I was. The loan sharks started showing up at our door.
This can't be real!
I was busy every day with work, housework, and caregiving, and Dad didn't notice Mom's loans either. By the time we realized, the amount had ballooned to an enormous sum. She had even secretly sold off almost all her remaining real estate.
Almost all of it? So what I can inherit is...
Like I said at the start, a small amount of savings and debt that exceeds it.
No way!
Now you understand why I'm not fighting for the inheritance?
Don't mess with me! I don't want an inheritance like that!
But you were so happy about having it all to yourself just a moment ago.
There must be something left. Some property we can sell?
Feel free to check the records yourself.
Just to confirm, there really isn't anything else? No chance there's still some land or real estate left somewhere?
If you're concerned, check for yourself. Even if anything is left, I have no intention of inheriting it. Well then...
This is the worst! I checked and there really aren't any valuable assets left! Sarah, you got your wedding and new house paid for, so you're the only one who benefited! That's not fair!
So you finally checked the records.
I spent days going through everything. How could this happen?
Now you know I wasn't lying.
You must have hidden some assets somewhere.
What can I say? I sacrificed my time and life to provide care. If you think about it, a few $100,000 was a small price to pay to escape from dealing with our parents' care.
Don't turn this around on me!
I'm just stating facts.
What? Simple caregiving isn't worth that much. You got way too much.
Simple caregiving? I can't let that comment slide.
What's there to slide? Anyone could do it.
You didn't.
Huh?
Yes, I received a lot of money, and I understand why you're jealous. But don't you dare say that it was simple so casually. You have no idea how anxious, difficult, lonely, and painful it was when you suddenly ran away and dumped all the responsibility of caring for both parents on me. Someone who just ran away has no right to dismiss it as simple caregiving.
What's with you suddenly getting angry?
I've held this in for 10 years.
Oh, poor Sarah, always playing the victim.
You have no idea how many times I cried in secret so that Mom and Dad wouldn't notice. If it weren't for James, I would have broken down. It's thanks to his support that I managed to get through these 10 years. He did what you should have been doing.
There you go again, Saint Sarah.
You wouldn't understand what it's like to watch someone deteriorate day by day.
Shut up! Stop preaching at me, idiot! You two just got all that help and had it easy.
Easy? Try watching Mom cry every night.
That's it! I'm not coming back home after all. I won't inherit anything, and I don't want to talk to you anymore, Sarah.
Finally showing your true colors again?
My true colors? What about yours, acting all high and mighty?
Oh, is that so? I'm not afraid of losing contact with you anymore. In fact, let's make it official and cut ties completely.
Perfect! That's exactly what I want!
At least you're honest about something.
Hey, Sarah, there's something I need to ask you about.
What? Don't contact me when we've cut ties.
Please, it's important.
Everything's important when you need something.
Don't say that. This is an emergency. Don't abandon your only sister.
Emergency?
These papers came in the mail about Mom and Dad.
What papers?
I suddenly received documents about Mom and Dad's debt addressed to me. When I read them, it looks like I have to repay them. I panicked and called to ask about it, and they asked me, "Didn't you inherit the estate?" But I didn't do anything. What, is there some kind of procedure needed if I want to refuse the inheritance?
What? You didn't even know about that?
Stop acting surprised and help me!
You really didn't research anything about inheritance law?
Okay, so judging by your reaction, there was something I had to do. But we can still fix this, right? I just need to sign some documents and I can refuse the inheritance now, right?
You never bothered to look into this before demanding everything?
Just tell me we can fix it!
Nope, it's too late now. It's more than 3 months since Dad passed away. You can't refuse the inheritance anymore.
What?
The law is very clear about this.
Wait, what exactly does this mean?
This means you've inherited everything from our parents, both the assets and the debts.
No, there has to be a way out!
There isn't.
What do you mean? What procedure? If I had done it earlier, could this have been prevented?
Yes, refusing inheritance requires proper procedures. You need to file paperwork and submit it to various places, and it must be done within 3 months. After that, you automatically inherit everything.
Really?
But you were too busy checking property values to look into the actual legal process.
Why didn't you warn me about this? Did you do all of that?
Of course, I did my inheritance refusal procedure right away, so I'm not responsible for any of the debt.
You knew! You knew and you didn't tell me!
I'm not your legal advisor.
This is ridiculous! In that case, Sarah, you need to take responsibility for all of this!
Excuse me? Why should I?
Because you didn't tell me about something this important! It's all your fault! It's unfair for you to escape and dump everything on me!
That's rich coming from someone who ran away and dumped all the caregiving on me!
That's different! Come on, take responsibility! Pay at least half of Mom and Dad's debt!
You're unbelievable.
Sarah, you have to pay for all of this!
No, she has no obligation to pay, so I won't let her pay or take any responsibility. You've already cut ties, so please stop involving my wife.
Huh? My wife?
Hello, I'm James, Sarah's husband. We've never met directly before, so sorry for the sudden introduction.
So you're Sarah's husband? Don't butt in suddenly. This has nothing to do with you.
Actually, it does. As Sarah's husband, I need to protect her. I love her caring nature, which is why I've continued to support her. I worked hard alongside her through everything, the caregiving, the funeral, all of it.
Is that so?
You weren't here to see what she went through.
Oh, another lecture about poor Sarah.
Sarah really did her best alone. If it were me, I would have cut ties immediately with a sister who went no contact after running away. But she never blamed you, saying, "I understand wanting to run away." Someone like that has finally decided to cut ties with you, so now I'll be her shield. I won't let her life be controlled by you anymore.
Ugh, acting like Sarah's knight in shining armor.
That's right. Sarah is too kind and might forgive you again, so this knight in shining armor will be stepping in from now on.
Well then, Mr. Knight in shining armor, do something about this inheritance situation. If you do, I promise I won't contact Sarah again.
It's amazing how you can still talk down to us from your position.
Shut up! Just fix the situation! Aren't you Sarah's knight in shining armor?
Even if you say that, you've already broken into the house and taken valuable items, right? That's already proof that you've accepted the inheritance. So, Rachel, you have no choice but to accept everything.
What? How did you...
The truth is, I actually installed security cameras in your parents' house while Sarah was busy dealing with all the documents surrounding refusing the inheritance. I've heard that empty homes are a target for burglaries, especially after funerals, so I put them in just in case. And then when I checked the cameras a while back, I was pretty shocked to find footage of you breaking into your parents' house.
That's a lie. I had no idea there were cameras.
The timestamps on the footage show exactly when you entered.
You can't prove it was me.
I guess you couldn't give up even when you found out there wasn't the inheritance you expected. You took various valuable items from the house, right? But if you dispose of inheritance property before the procedures, it's considered accepting the inheritance, whether you throw it away, take it, or sell it.
You're making this up.
The law is very clear about this.
Really?
We have you on camera taking your mom's jewelry box.
That was mine to begin with.
Yeah, sure. So please stop blaming Sarah, who properly filed for inheritance refusal. She didn't do anything wrong or unfair. You chose the path of inheritance yourself.
She must have known about this law.
She did her research. You should have done the same.
No way. So what should I do? Should I return what I took?
Even if you return those items, it won't change the fact that you've inherited. You'll just have to work hard to repay it all. If I remember correctly, it was about $600,000. Good luck handling that on your own.
$600,000? That's impossible!
The loan sharks charged very high interest rates, too.
This can't be happening.
As your brother-in-law, I'm going to block you now. Sarah's done enough for her family. I want her to spend time on herself from now on.
You can't block me. I need help with this.
You had 10 years to help. You chose not to.
Wait, please, at least let me talk to Sarah one last time. Sarah wouldn't abandon me like this.
Sarah's right here, telling me to block you already. She says she wants to celebrate our cut ties by going out for some Italian. She's looking up nice restaurants on her computer right now.
No way. Sarah, I know you can see these messages. Please don't do this.
Well, goodbye then. What goes around comes around. This has been quite the learning experience.
My sister Rachel frantically consulted with the court about refusing the inheritance. However, due to missing the deadline and having disposed of inheritance property, her refusal wasn't accepted, and she had to take on all the debt. Rachel threw a fit, saying, "Why should I repay debt I didn't even take out?" and tried to skip town. But modern debt collection agencies are impressive. No matter where she ran, they quickly found her location, and I heard she's now quietly working at a nightclub to pay off the debt.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Sis, I'm getting married.
Huh? When did you even get a girlfriend?
Come on, I'm old enough to have one. Turning 30 next year.
You never mentioned dating anyone before. How long have you been together?
About 6 months. I know it seems fast, but when you know, you know.
6 months? That is pretty quick to decide on marriage.
I wanted to tell you earlier, but you're always so busy with work. Speaking of which, we're planning to have both families meet next month. Can you make it?
Sorry, Tom. I'll be overseas for work the entire month. I won't be able to attend the family meeting.
You're always so busy, sis.
I really am sorry. I could try to reschedule some meetings, but this overseas trip is crucial for the new project.
No, don't worry about it. Tell me more about this project, though.
Yes, thankfully business is growing. I'm actually starting a new venture soon.
Starting another business? That's just like you.
The market opportunity is too good to pass up. Plus, it could help create more jobs.
Never stop working, do you? Well, we'll have the family meeting without you then.
I feel terrible about missing it. What's your fiancé like?
She's amazing. She works at a design firm. I think you two would get along great.
I'm really sorry.
Don't worry about it. I know how busy you are. I was just asking on the off chance you could make it.
At least let me treat you both to dinner when I'm back. I want to meet her properly.
That would be great. She's actually interested in what you do for a living too.
Send my regards to our parents and your fiancé.
Okay, I'll let you know about the wedding date early so you can definitely come.
Could you? That would help a lot with planning. I'll block off whatever dates you need.
Of course! Can't have my only sister missing the wedding.
Yes, I'll definitely be there. It's my dear brother's wedding after all.
Maybe you'll even find someone there yourself.
Let's focus on your wedding first. Well, I need to get back to work. Congratulations on your engagement, Tom.
Thanks, sis. Don't work too hard.
I'll try. Keep me updated about the wedding plans. Why didn't you come to the family meeting today? Don't you want to celebrate your brother's marriage? Who are you? I'm Rachel, Tom's fiancé. And you're Sarah, Tom's sister, right? Oh, Tom's fiancé. Nice to meet you. And yes, about today's family meeting. I'm really sorry I couldn't make it due to work. Tom gave me your number. I wanted to reach out personally since you missed the meeting. That's thoughtful of you. I really did want to attend. What? Work isn't the real reason, is it? You're unemployed. That's why you didn't come. Excuse me? No need to hide it. I understand being embarrassed. I'm not sure where this is coming from. You were too ashamed to come because you're unemployed. Your brother Tom is getting married while you're still single. And worse, you're unemployed, at rock bottom in life. You didn't want to feel pathetic, so you didn't come. I'm right, aren't I? Wait, what's going on here? Why are you saying I'm unemployed? I have a job. Tom already told me everything. No need to keep pretending. What are you talking about? What exactly did Tom say? You don't need to lie anymore. Tom told me you're unemployed. What? Tom said that. I asked Tom a while ago what kind of work you do. He said, "Oh, my sister does various things at her own pace." And that's right, I do various things at my own pace. I run my own company and pursue whatever interests me. Running your own company? That's a creative way to say unemployed. I assure you, I am employed. I own and manage multiple businesses. Oh, please, stop lying about running a company. Doing various things at my own pace is just what unemployed people say to make excuses. Oh, is that so? Everyone knows that's code for being a NEET. You should be honest about it. You're making quite a lot of assumptions here. You're just pretending to be a business owner when really you're unemployed. That's not true. I really do run a company. I said various things because I have multiple business ventures. If that were true, you'd be a CEO, right? Then why didn't you come to the family meeting today? CEOs have all the time in the world. What? CEOs just golf and attend parties all day. Everyone knows that. That's not how running a company works at all. You can just have your employees do all the work. If you really were a CEO, you'd have nothing but free time. You definitely could have come today. Using work as an excuse is super suspicious. Being a CEO isn't leisurely at all. Many people misunderstand that, but it's actually quite busy. Oh, misunderstand, you say? Yes, misunderstand. You seem to have a very inaccurate view of what CEOs do. Then explain, what keeps you so busy? Well, I make all the final decisions and I take full responsibility. I work harder than anyone else in the company. I truly am sorry I couldn't make it to the meeting, but I really had a packed schedule and had no choice but to miss it. I definitely won't miss the wedding, though. Anyone can say that. Where's your proof? I don't need to prove my career to you. Shut up! You unemployed NEET. Stop trying to cover up your obvious lies. Excuse me? Tom deserves better than having a failure for a sister. I think you should be careful about making such accusations. It's the worst that someone like you will be my sister-in-law. Just find a job already. It's so embarrassing to have an unemployed person in the family. I see I need to have a conversation with Tom about this. Go ahead. He already told me the truth about you. We'll see about that. Tom, can we talk? It's about Rachel.
What's wrong all of a sudden? Are you still worried about missing the family meeting? Don't worry, I explained to everyone that you were working.
Well, that's actually the problem.
Huh?
Rachel contacted me today. Did you give her my number?
Yeah, she said she wanted to get to know you better. Did something happen?
Rachel just contacted me. She's saying my work excuse was a lie, that I'm actually unemployed.
What? Rachel really said that?
She was quite insistent about it. Said I was making excuses.
That doesn't sound like her at all.
For some reason, she's convinced I'm unemployed. She even said she heard it from you.
From me? I never said you were unemployed. I told her you run your own business and do various work.
Can you tell me exactly what you told her about my work?
Just that you're successful and run multiple businesses. That you're always starting new ventures.
She doesn't seem to believe that. She says it's just a typical excuse unemployed people use.
I had no idea she thought that way. I'll explain it to her again properly.
I appreciate that. She seems to have some strong opinions about work.
Maybe it's because she's so career-focused herself.
About her career. What exactly does she do at the design firm?
She's a department head there. Very successful from what she tells me.
That would help, thanks. Sorry for causing trouble.
No, I'm sorry. This wouldn't have happened if I had explained things better.
No, it's not your fault. I haven't really talked much about my work with family either. And I keep starting new businesses and doing whatever I want, so it's natural you couldn't explain it clearly.
You do keep adding new businesses all the time.
Speaking of which, I might have an opportunity to clear up this misunderstanding.
What do you mean?
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of business, could I ask for your advice?
My advice?
For my new venture, I'm looking for a design company. You went to design school, right? Could you recommend any companies or introduce me to someone?
Actually, Rachel works at a design firm.
Oh, really? That's interesting. What's the company name?
Creative Vision Design. You're pretty well known.
Maybe I should consider them then. It might also help prove I'm not unemployed.
That would be perfect. Then Rachel could see firsthand what you do.
Yes, that could be enlightening for everyone involved.
I'll send you their website URL later. Think you'll like their design style.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for the great info.
Oh, by the way, it's fine to focus on your new business. Don't forget about our wedding. We're planning to have it this fall.
Got it. I'll try not to schedule any major projects around that time.
Thanks, sis. Now I'll talk to Rachel about the misunderstanding.
No need. I think things will work out naturally.
If you say so. Let me know if you need anything else.
leave the wedding venue right now, you unemployed old hag. You still haven't found a job. What have you been doing all this time? Excuse me? Don't act innocent. You're not welcome here. This is my brother's wedding. Of course I'm here. I told you to find a job quickly, didn't I? Since there's been no contact from you and no updates from Tom, you must still be unemployed. Have you considered that maybe I've been busy with work? Stop with the work excuses. Nobody believes you. You're still misunderstanding that I'm unemployed. I've told you multiple times that I run a company. Tom explained it to you again, too, didn't he? He's probably just desperately covering for you because you asked him to. Brothers can't disobey their sister's orders after all. Why would you interpret it that way? Because it's obvious. No successful person would miss family meetings. That's not how business works. I don't want someone unemployed celebrating with us, so please leave the wedding venue right now. No way. I want to celebrate my dear brother's wedding. You'll ruin everything with your presence. This seems excessive, even for you, Rachel. I don't want someone at rock bottom like you at the wedding venue. My parents and important friends are coming today. Even a CEO from one of our client companies is coming. I don't want to be embarrassed because of you. Oh? A client company's CEO? Yes, that's right. My workplace recently started doing business with a new company. And apparently, their CEO is coming to my wedding. My boss told me absolutely not to make any mistakes today. Is that all your boss told you? Huh? What kind of question is that? I don't understand what you mean. You seem very concerned about the CEO's attendance. Of course I am. This could be huge for my career. Don't you find it strange? Why would a CEO from a client company, who isn't even your direct superior, go out of their way to come? I don't know about that, but surely it's because I'm such an excellent employee. Really? Well, obviously. My work is highly valued there. What exactly do you do at the company? I haven't met the CEO directly yet, but the other day they came up to our office for a meeting, and I served them tea very politely. They must have been impressed by how delicious the tea was. Do you really think that's the reason? Someone unemployed wouldn't understand the depth of tea serving work. Anyway, please leave now. You probably can't even afford a wedding gift, so it's better if you're not here. What? I bet you spent all your savings already. It's pathetic. You seem very concerned about money and status. Hurry up and leave before the wedding starts. The client CEO is coming, so my neat sister-in-law needs to go. We don't need poor people who can't even give wedding gifts. Thank you for the invitation. I'm honored that you were looking forward to having me at your wedding. Uh-huh. That client CEO you're talking about? That's me. Rachel, today I'm here both as a sister and as your company's client CEO. What nonsense are you suddenly saying? It's not nonsense. Check with your supervisor if you don't believe me. Stop lying. There's no way. Sorry. I guess you wouldn't believe anything I say. So I'll let someone else explain. Though Tom's explanation didn't work either. Maybe I should ask your boss. My boss? I'll contact your direct supervisor right now. You should be getting a call very soon. After you hear that, you can decide again whether to kick me out or not. You're bluffing. You have to be bluffing. We'll see in about 15 minutes, won't we? So, everything you said was true. I just got a sudden call from my boss, and they were really angry. They said, "What are you doing to CEO Sarah?" Now, do you finally believe it? that I really run a company and that I'm your company's client? This can't be happening. There must be some mistake. No mistake. I'm the CEO you were so worried about impressing. I don't want to believe it, but I have no choice now. But how? Tom told me you were unemployed. No. Tom never said anything like that. You just misunderstood on your own. How did you interpret doing various things at her own pace as being unemployed? But that's what unemployed people usually say. I wouldn't know about that. As Tom said, I work at my own pace as the CEO and handle multiple businesses. That's why he said various things. That's how I ended up working with your company too. Oh no. I had already told your boss that you were marrying my brother. I thought that would clear up the misunderstanding about me being unemployed, but things don't always go as planned, do they? So that's why my boss has been so nice lately. I thought it was because they recognize my tea-serving skills. I'm curious about something. Is serving tea really your only job? Yes, I'm in charge of all the tea serving at the company. I make sure to serve delicious tea to help meetings with clients go smoothly. What? Is it that bad? That's quite different from what Tom told me about your position. Well, I used to do design work at first, but apparently my designs were too cutting edge and didn't suit the company's style, so now tea serving is my job. So you really only serve tea? But I do it very well. Everyone compliments my tea. And you had the audacity to look down on me about unemployment? About my rude behavior earlier. I'm so sorry, but it was just a misunderstanding, so you'll forgive me, right? Please stay and enjoy our wedding.
It's too late for that. Rachel, let's cancel the wedding today. I need time to reconsider our marriage.
What?
You heard me. This wedding isn't happening today.
But everyone's already here.
You misunderstood about my sister being unemployed, and then tried to kick her out of the wedding venue.
Wait, are you... Tom? How long have you been part of this conversation?
Long enough to hear everything. I read all the messages you sent to my sister, including the truth about your job situation.
I can explain.
We're canceling the wedding right now. We need to have a discussion with both families, and I'm going into this discussion planning to break off the engagement.
What? Wait, Tom. No one cancels a wedding on the day of, especially right before it starts.
Well, I've never heard of a bride trying to kick out the groom's sister either. You lied about your job too. How dare you deceive me all this time?
Huh? Deceive?
Don't play innocent now.
What do you mean deceive? I work at the company. I didn't lie about that.
Rachel, you always told me you were highly valued at your design firm, that you were recognized for your design skills and became the youngest department head in company history. Your business card even said department head. But now you're saying your only job is serving tea?
Well, that's...
Would you mind telling me your real salary and job description again?
What? My salary too?
Yes, your salary. Remember all our plans based on our combined income?
That's private.
We talked about both working after marriage, remember? We both love kids and wanted 3. We said we could afford it with both our current incomes.
Yes, we did talk about that.
Of course, marriage isn't all about money. If our planned life together was based on lies, that's different. I need to reconsider marrying you.
No.
So what's your real salary? Are you really a department head at the company? Is serving tea really what you got after your work being recognized?
The truth is, I'm not a department head. Just a regular employee, and this year I was demoted to contract worker. My only job is serving tea, and my annual salary is about $15,000.
That's completely different from what you told me. You have the nerve to look down on my sister?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to look good. But if you give me a year, I'll work hard and become the department head.
How are you going to become a department head from tea serving in 1 year? We're definitely canceling the wedding, and we'll discuss breaking off the engagement.
No way! I finally worked up the courage to tell you the truth.
The truth? Only after you were caught. Can't trust anything you say anymore.
Please, Tom, I'll do anything!
Now you have to work up the courage for me to leave you.
Please help me. Please use your connections and power to make me a department head. Or at least get me back to full-time employee status. What are you suddenly asking? You're my only hope now. Everything's falling apart. I don't see how this is my problem. It's the only way. The wedding was really canceled, and both families unanimously agreed to break off the engagement. The only way to fix this is with your help. And that means making you a full-time employee? Yes. If I can get a better position, Tom might reconsider. After everything you said and did, I apologize for assuming you were unemployed and looking down on you. I'll even get on my knees if I have to. Please forgive me. If I can somehow become a full-time employee and increase my salary, there won't be any problems with married life, and they might reconsider breaking off the engagement. Everything would work out. So you want me to help you? You're the only one who can. Please. And why should I help you? Of course! You're a CEO and important client of my workplace. If you order them to, my bosses can't refuse. I'm sure they'll make me a full-time employee again. Maybe they'll even let me do design work instead of just serving tea. That's not possible. Even as a CEO, I'm just a client. I don't have any authority over your company's personal decisions. But you could put in a good word for me. But with your connections and power... Actually, I'll use those connections and power to make sure they definitely don't make you a full-time employee. What? Why? You're asking why after everything you did? But I apologized. I admitted I was wrong. Because I don't want to work with you. Your persistent misunderstanding despite multiple explanations, your rudeness in trying to kick the groom's sister out of the wedding. If we worked together, it would be nothing but trouble. I promise I'll be different. I've learned my lesson. That's not true. I'll change and work seriously from now on. Please don't abandon me. You brought this abandonment on yourself. Just one more chance. I'll prove myself. You had multiple chances. You chose to be judgmental instead. But without your help, I'll lose everything. Well, I have lots of work today, so I'll be going now. If you want to marry Tom, figure it out yourself. Wait, please. I'm begging you. Goodbye, Rachel. I'll do anything. Please respond. Sarah? Please. I heard that Rachel was soon fired from her company. Well, that's what happens when you try something so stupid with a client CEO. Rachel ended up having to pay the full cost of the canceled wedding by herself. After repeatedly begging and kneeling at the venue, she's somehow managing to pay it off in installments by using up her savings. The venue costs weren't cheap either. They had booked one of the most expensive places in the city, and the cancellation fees were substantial. Rachel had apparently convinced Tom that she could pay for half with her department head salary. Now she's stuck with the entire bill. I later found out from my company contacts that she had been telling everyone at work she was marrying a successful designer, and that's partly why she was so desperate to keep up appearances. She had built this whole fantasy world around herself, pretending to be more successful than she was. The irony isn't lost on me that she was so quick to judge others as unemployed when her own position was so precarious. Her tea-serving job didn't last long after the wedding incident either. Apparently, she became too nervous around important clients after what happened with me. By the way, I hear she keeps desperately contacting Tom, trying to get back together, but he firmly rejects her, saying he has no intention of getting back with an unemployed NEET, and that he's lost all trust and faith in her. Tom seems to be doing well, though. He told me he's grateful that the truth came out before the marriage, rather than after. He's focused on his design career now and says he'll be more careful about verifying things in his next relationship. As for me, I did end up working with a different design firm for my new venture, one that doesn't hire people based on their tea-serving skills. Sometimes I wonder if Rachel realizes the irony of ending up in the very position she had looked down on others for. The last I heard, she's still sending messages to Tom every few weeks, but he's blocked her on every platform. She tried to reach me a few times too, but I think she finally got the message when none of her pleading emails received any response. I suppose some lessons have to be learned the hard way.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
I just got the message from James about your upcoming wedding. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, we're so excited. I assume this means you'll definitely be coming back from overseas to attend?
Of course, I wouldn't miss my little brother's big day for the world. I'll make all the necessary arrangements with work.
Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. I want you to know that I'm pouring my heart into making sure every detail is absolutely perfect.
I'm sure it will be a beautiful ceremony. James is very lucky to have found someone who cares so much about making the day special.
Well, perfection doesn't come cheap, but it will all be worth it. I've chosen the most exquisite dress, breathtaking floral arrangements, a fairy tale venue. It's going to be magical.
That all sounds lovely. I'm really looking forward to seeing everything come together and celebrating with you both.
I'm a bit surprised that you'll be attending solo. I would have thought surely you'd have found a special someone by now, being abroad and all.
My relationship status really isn't relevant to James's wedding. I'm simply happy to be there to support my brother.
I just mean, you've been over there for a while now. No exotic foreign love interest to speak of? Not even one you could have brought as a +1?
As I mentioned, I'm abroad for work opportunities, not husband hunting. My focus has been on my career.
But all work and no play. Such a waste of an international adventure, if you ask me. Think of the unique wedding date you could have had. In fact, if you did happen to meet a dashing foreign man, we could have even had him officiate the ceremony. The intrigue, the savings on the officiant fee.
Rachel, don't you think that's a bit inappropriate? Sarah's generously taking time away to celebrate with you. Her love life isn't any of our business.
I'm just making conversation. Honestly though, Sarah, with all that time dedicated to your fancy career, you must have quite the hefty savings built up by now, right? Especially without a man to spend it on.
I'm happy to bring a gift that appropriately honors the occasion and complements the other aspects you've clearly put a lot of thought into.
Well, it better not be a repeat of that horrendous dress you wore to that last family function. Definitely choose something more current and chic for my wedding photos. And when it comes to the gift, think big. I'm talking a number with a 5 in it. And the more zeros, the better. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event, after all.
A 5? As in $500? I'm sure I can find a thoughtful gift in that price range that you'll appreciate.
$500? Surely you're joking. This is your only brother's wedding and you want to cheap out like that? As the groom's sister, it's your duty to step up and to make a real contribution. We're talking a 5-figure gift at minimum. Nothing less will do for an occasion this momentous.
I'm taken aback, Rachel. A 5-figure cash gift is quite an unusual and excessive expectation, even from immediate family. Perhaps we have different cultural norms.
Spare me the excuses. You're a single woman with a lucrative international career. Providing a generous gift is the least you can do to make up for your lack of a date.
I don't believe my relationship status has any bearing whatsoever on my role in this wedding or the type of gift I choose to give, but I can assure you it will be heartfelt.
Heartfelt doesn't pay the bills or match the grandeur of the event I'm putting together. You need to get with the program and plan on giving big like a proper supportive sister.
I'm going to stick to my original plan of selecting a classic, thoughtful gift. Let's focus our energy on the meaning of the day and the joy of your union with James. That's what really matters.
The depth of your gift is a direct reflection of the depth of your support and love for your brother. I won't stand for you embarrassing him with a paltry offering. Step it up, Sarah.
I hear your perspective, but a gift is just that, a gift. Freely and willingly given, not demanded or used as a measure of my feelings. I look forward to celebrating with you both in my own way.
This conversation isn't over, but I have other planning to attend to. Just remember, 5 figures or bust. My wedding deserves the best, and I won't tolerate anything less.
I understand you want your special day to be perfect. I'll keep that in mind and do my best to participate in a way that's loving and appropriate. See you in a few weeks.
Hey sis, I just wanted to let you know that I got the wire transfer for the wedding venue. It was exactly $30,000 as we discussed. I can't thank you enough for your generosity and support.
I'm just happy I'm in a position to help make your day possible. You deserve a perfect wedding, and I know it means the world to you and Rachel.
It absolutely does, more than you know, especially with everything that's happened recently with my job and finances. I promise I will pay back every single cent as soon as I'm back on my feet.
Please, don't even worry about that right now. I know you're good for it. You should be focusing on enjoying this exciting time in your life, not stressing about money.
I appreciate that, but I need you to know how seriously I'm taking this loan. In fact, I've drafted up an official promissory note that specifies all the repayment terms. I plan on signing it and giving it to you when you arrive for the wedding.
Wow, an actual promissory note? That's really not necessary between siblings. We can just figure out a casual repayment plan later on. There's no huge rush.
I know it probably seems overly formal, but I want to treat this like an official business agreement, out of respect for you and the enormity of the amount. It's my way of proving my intentions and integrity.
Well, if you feel strongly about it, I'll gladly accept the promissory note when I see you. I admire your sense of responsibility, but truly, don't beat yourself up. Your business failing was out of your control.
Thanks, sis. I still feel awful having to turn to you for such a huge sum for my own wedding. I hate feeling like I'm not providing for my bride and the costs that come with marriage. It's a real blow to my ego.
I completely understand those feelings, but you will get back on track and be able to provide abundantly. This is just a temporary setback. I'm happy to bridge the gap so you can still have your dream wedding.
I know you're right. I'm working hard to turn things around, and I'm optimistic about some upcoming opportunities. It's just a tough pill to swallow right now, but I couldn't be more grateful to you.
You've always been there for me over the years. I'm glad I can be here for you now during a challenging chapter. We'll get through this together. Rachel is a very lucky woman.
In this moment, I feel like I'm the lucky one to have such an amazing sister. Your unwavering love and support means more than I can express. Thank you for everything.
That's what family is for. We stick together through life's ups and downs. I love you, and I can't wait to stand by your side on the big day. It's going to be incredible.
It sure will be, thanks to you. It means the world to have you in my corner. I better get back to some wedding prep, but I just had to reach out and make sure you knew the money came through. Talk soon.
Sounds great. Don't work too hard. Take time to really savor and enjoy this special time. And remember, no amount of money could ever match the wealth of love and happiness I wish for you both. See you very soon. Hey Rachel, I'm at the venue and just got a very strange message from one of the staff members. They said I needed to leave immediately. Something about a request from the minister? What's going on?
I think you know exactly what this is about, Sarah. If you're still confused, I suggest you head straight to the nearest ATM and maybe it will jog your memory.
The ATM? Why on earth would I need to go to an ATM right now? The ceremony is starting soon. I need to take my place with the family.
Are you really going to make me spell this out for you? There was a major problem with your wedding gift. So yes, you need to go access some additional funds before showing your face at my event.
What do you mean there was an issue with the gift? And what does that have to do with me supposedly leaving? This doesn't make any sense, Rachel.
$500, Sarah? Seriously? $500 is all you could muster up after I specifically told you that you needed to bring a substantial gift? That's barely enough to cover the cost of your dinner plate.
I'm sorry, are you telling me you actually opened the wedding gifts prior to the ceremony starting? I've never heard of a couple doing that. Isn't that something you usually do in privacy after the festivities?
Oh, spare me the etiquette lesson. The real transgression here is the utter disrespect and inadequacy of your $500 contribution. How could you possibly think that was acceptable?
I'm quite shocked by your reaction. In my experience, $500 is a very generous and normal amount for a wedding gift, even from close family. I took a lot of care in selecting something I thought you'd enjoy.
Well, in your experience, clearly doesn't reflect the real-world expectations for an event of this magnitude. I couldn't have been clearer that you needed to step up and give a gift worthy of your brother's milestone.
Okay, let's back up for a second. I'm still reeling from the fact that you inventoried the gifts before the ceremony. But more importantly, when did I ever agree to your so-called requirements regarding my gift? I don't recall ever consenting to demands.
It's not about what you verbally agree to, Sarah. It's about rising to the occasion and supporting your brother in the way he deserves on his one and only wedding day. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event!
Of course I want to celebrate and honor James, but I don't believe that has anything to do with money. Weddings are about love, not dollar amounts collected in envelopes.
For someone with such an illustrious international career, you're sadly naive and misguided about how the real world works. You're a single woman earning a big salary. I was expecting at least $10,000, if not $20,000 from you.
I'm truly appalled. 10 to 20K for a wedding gift? From a sibling? That's outrageous. I don't know what kind of circles you run in, but that's simply not the norm, I assure you.
Okay then, Little Miss Cosmopolitan, if you're so worldly, why are you working some bougie job overseas and still showing up to your only brother's wedding alone with a laughable gift in tow? Pathetic.
How dare you attack my personal life, relationship status, and career, all because you feel entitled to exorbitant monetary gifts? You're completely out of line, and you know it.
No, you're the one who's out of line, showing up here and ruining one of the most important elements of my meticulously planned dream event with your inadequate offering and selfish singleton attitude. The audacity!
I can't believe what I'm hearing. You're making a scene over a gift on your wedding day? Making wild accusations and demands? Throwing insults? This is not at all how I was expecting the morning to unfold.
Well, I wasn't expecting my husband-to-be sister to put such a damper on the celebrations by being a cheap, insolent spinster. But here we are. You need to leave until you can come correct in the gift department.
I will not be shamed and degraded by you over something so ludicrous. My gift came from my heart. If you can't recognize that, then that says way more about your character than anything about my relationship status.
Spare me the sanctimonious drivel. This is about being a supportive family member and rising to the occasion. Something you clearly know nothing about since you're too career-obsessed to even find a man. You know what? I'm done with this discussion. Security will be escorting you off the premises now. Don't even think about showing your face at my wedding until you fix this ridiculous gift situation. Goodbye, Sarah.
Hey everyone, I have an announcement to make and I figured this was the fastest way to reach you all. What's up, man? Don't tell me you're getting cold feet. The ceremony starts in 30 minutes. No, nothing like that. But there has been a major change of plans. I've decided to call off the wedding. The whole thing is canceled.
Wait, what? James, you can't be serious. Tell me this is some sick joke.
Dude, you're freaking me out. What the hell happened? I wish I was joking. I'll explain more later, but the situation has become untenable. I simply cannot go through with marrying Rachel. I'm so sorry for the short notice. Hold on, this is crazy! Does this have something to do with why Sarah isn't in the family section? I thought that was strange. I asked around and apparently she was ejected from the venue?
Ejected? What is going on? Sarah is the sweetest. Why would she get kicked out?
You're right, it's related to Sarah. Let's just say I've become privy to some information that has cast a very dark shadow over this day and my relationship with Rachel. Sarah should have never been treated that way. I'm floored, bro. Like, absolutely stunned. But hey, if you feel that strongly about it, I support you. We're here for you. What do you need? I could really use some support from you all in spreading the word to guests about the cancellation once I make the announcement. I'm gonna find Rachel now and tell her it's off, then inform our families. This won't be easy. Say no more, we got your back. I'll start letting the groomsmen and guests know you focus on the tough conversations. We'll run interference and do damage control.
James, this is heavy. I can't imagine how you must be feeling. Just know we love you and only want the best for you. If calling it off is what you need to do, we'll rally around you.
I really appreciate you all. Your support means the world. I better face the music. I'll be in touch soon. If you see Sarah around, please make sure she's okay. She didn't deserve any of this. Wish me luck.
Good luck, James. Remember, you have to do what's right for you, sending strength and positive thoughts your way. We'll take care of Sarah if we see her.
Sarah, I know I'm probably the last person you want to hear from right now, but I'm desperate. I need your help.
Help with what, exactly? I'm not sure what you could possibly need from me after the way you treated me at the venue.
I want to fix things with James. I love him so much, and I'm absolutely devastated that he called off the wedding. Please, you have to help me make this right.
I'm sorry, you want me to help you get back together with my brother after you verbally attacked me, insulted my character, and had me physically removed from the premises?
I know. I was completely out of line. I was just so caught up in my vision for the perfect day that I let my emotions get the best of me. I lashed out in the worst way. I'm truly sorry.
Well, I appreciate your apology. I'm afraid I got caught up in the moment doesn't quite cut it. You showed a very ugly, greedy, and judgmental side of yourself. That's not something James or I can unsee.
You're right. My behavior was inexcusable. I'm mortified and ashamed. But please understand, it all came from a place of love, as misguided as it was. I want so badly to be James's wife.
Honestly, Rachel, I'm not sure I comprehend how demeaning me, making outrageous monetary demands, and ejecting me from my brother's wedding could come from a place of love. Help me understand.
I was just so desperate for everything to be flawless. I've been dreaming of this day my whole life. I thought that meant it had to be the grandest, most luxurious affair. I lost sight of what really matters.
What really matters is treating people with respect, valuing your partner's family, and focusing on the meaning of marriage beyond material things. I'm not sure how you can claim to love James while mistreating his loved ones.
You're absolutely right. I know that now. I was a bridezilla and it cost me everything. Sarah, I'm begging you, please don't let my horrible lapse in judgment ruin my future with James. I'll do anything to show I've changed.
I don't know, Rachel. James was really devastated and disgusted by what he found out. It wasn't just about your treatment of me, but your overall character. The lying, the partying, the financial irresponsibility.
I swear that's not who I really am. I just got sucked into this whole toxic wedding culture. I promise I can be better. I'll even pay back the full $30,000 for the venue to show how sorry I am. Just please put in a good word.
That's quite the offer, considering just a week ago you were calling me a pathetic spinster for giving $500. Interesting how the tables have turned. But tell me, where is this $30K suddenly coming from? Last I heard, you had barely any savings due to your out-of-control spending and hard partying in the weeks leading up to the wedding. It's one of the main reasons you were harassing the guests for cash gifts, no?
Well, I mean, I may have gone a little overboard with some of the bachelorette festivities and bridal preparations. But it was just normal wedding fun. I was saying goodbye to my single days. Every bride does it.
Really, Rachel? Because according to James and several bridesmaids, your normal wedding fun included near-nightly clubbing, luxury spa treatments, and lavish dinners, all while your bank account dwindled to nothing.
Okay, fine. I got a little carried away. But what does it matter now? I just want to make things right with James. This has been the worst week of my life. Even my own parents have iced me out. I have no one.
If even your own parents have distanced themselves after seeing your true colors, what does that tell you? This is about so much more than one nasty bridezilla moment. This is about a pattern of selfish, deceptive, ugly behavior.
Wow, I didn't realize you could be this vicious, Sarah. Calling me selfish and ugly when I'm already at my lowest? Aren't you supposed to be the classy, rise above it all type?
Oh, that's rich coming from you. Just last week, you called me, let me get this right, a bitter, joyless spinster and a lonely, pathetic excuse for a woman. All because I wasn't going into debt to fund your princess party. You know what? I'm done with this conversation. Clearly, you haven't learned a thing. Even now, you're trying to somehow paint me as the bad guy when all I ever did was try to celebrate my brother.
No, wait, please! I'm sorry! I shouldn't have said that. I do want to change. I just don't know how. I'm completely alone and drowning in regret. I was really hoping you'd throw me a lifeline here.
I'm not going to be guilt-tripped into solving your problems, Rachel. My allegiance is with my brother. He has made his feelings clear, and I will respect his wishes, which currently include keeping his distance from you.
So that's it then? You won't help me at all? Even though I'm practically begging and willing to do anything to show my remorse? You'll let James throw away our love without even trying to advocate for me?
I wish you all the best and hope you find some perspective from all of this. But I won't be an enabler. If there's even a chance of reconciliation with James, it needs to come from your own growth, not my intervention. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an international flight to prepare for. This sad 30-something spinster has a fulfilling career to get back to overseas. Sans exotic husband, of course. Take care of yourself, Rachel. Goodbye. Shortly after, James and Rachel officially annulled their marriage, and they agreed to split the $30,000 venue cost to pay me back. As for Rachel, I heard she turned on her friends, saying, "It's all your fault for being party girls. This wouldn't have happened if someone had stopped me." Apparently, according to her friends, Rachel was actually the one who had begged them to go partying with her. This led to a huge fight, and Rachel ended up losing all her friends. These days, she's apparently setting new records for the number of dating events she attends, all alone. Meanwhile, James has thrown himself into his new job and is doing well. He says he's planning to visit me once he gets his next bonus.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.